Revelation 2786. From the 24th of June 1943. Every activity generates new power. Multiplying the power. The divine flow of power, which is constantly supplied to every work of creation, does not diminish, even if it animates the whole universe for eternities. It can only increase in itself through the influx from the side of the beingness, which generates new power through activity. The increase of strength is a process that is like newly awakened life. New creations come into being, they are fed with the strength from God which flows to them. This drives them to everlasting activity and gives birth to new life again, for every activity brings about a new formation which is again the bearer of strength from God, even if in the most varied strength or abundance of strength. But the power from God always stimulates activity, and every activity generates new power. Thus the flow of power from God is constantly increased, and this also results in the emergence of ever new creations. The less resistance people encounter to the flow of strength from God, that is, the more willing people are to utilize the strength they receive by remaining constantly active, which always promotes the well-being of their fellow human beings, the more uninhibitedly the strength from God can flow over to the human being. And receiving strength from God means that he will be able to be most eagerly active. He will accomplish feats which appear almost incomprehensible to the human being. If he now lets creations arise through his own hands, these creations will again be carriers of spiritual substances which, through the supply of the divine flow of strength, will likewise be prompted into activity. And thus an unspeakable number of new creations can emerge from one creation which all receive the same strength from God and are constantly fed by his greater than great love. People's lack of strength is mostly due to the fact that they close themselves off to the flow of strength from God, which is the case when the human being's way of life makes it impossible for the flow of strength from God to be supplied. Thus when the human being does not practice an act of love and therefore cannot receive any strength of love from God either. For the inflowing life force enables the human being to be active but does not force him to do so. However, the increased influx causes the human being's active activity in love. And the activity again generates new strength. This is a law which is irrefutable but which is also a fundamental law of creation, which is therefore only conceivable in uninterrupted activity, even if this is not obviously recognizable to people. Human activity, on the other hand, will always produce products which are visible or complement visible creations or have the purpose of reshaping existing works of creation. And this means a constant increase but never a depletion or reduction of the strength which flows out from God into the universe. For God is perfect, and what comes forth from him cannot be limited as soon as it is perfect. Amen.